winter home, and the kitchen consists of 3 small rooms. But long before the stainless steel double, he made children's furniture. What he would do, we saw it, remember back there was called the Indian rubber tree, made of Indians. This particular blanket, although the board was made thick, and it's made of 4 strands. Now the fence is gone, but the gate remains. They called it Friendship Gate because it was always open. As I say, they had a beaten path back and forth. And when Mr. Edison died in '31, Henry Ford stopped coming down. If anyone is going to have steak tonight or prime rib or what have you, you might reach for the Worcestershire sauce. If you do that, think of the tamarind tree. This is the basis of Worcestershire. 30 feet high and they're made of built what's known as the goldenrod room, that structure right there, that interior room, and they would take the goldenrod out of there as they needed it. Now, folks,
Georgia has one. I don't know about Florida.
I
That they
think cost
probably.
of living is low. We have offices in Tampa, for instance, and it's so inexpensive.
Even in a city like that.
Yeah.
That's 500,000 people.
Yeah. It's so inexpensive to
What's the
live
name of
there.
your company?
You probably never heard of it. It's International Paint Resources. You may have heard of the Bethesda.
It's strictly limited to the job.
There's 35 million Americans with disorders of the TMJ by the most conservative estimates. I guess.
I wish you'd go into the back business.
Well, we're affiliated. Actually, we get our referrals from orthopedists and neurosurgeons. They're the ones that see the back, the head and neck, cervical injuries and back injuries.
I cannot stand. He thinks he's going to do me a great big favor to take me out for breakfast. That's the pits. Who wants to go out for lunch? That's no good.
I don't want to.
On Saturday, we have eaten 2 meals out. We ate lunch over here, let me see, on Monday or Tuesday. And we ate out in our condo. For your son, too.
Yeah, but at this point, he's never. He's out. Plays volleyball 1 or 2 days a week and works and Sears.
Smile, talk.
But she doesn't hate to talk. I'm sorry. She just hates having a picture taken. That'll help.
You ought to write your name and phone number down. It seems to be very convenient. Perhaps we can It's safe. Nobody has any phone. What?
Right to the camera. Wow. He's not camera shy.
He knows he's getting his beauty spot. That is a pretty bird, isn't he?
Got him.
Quack, 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 quack. Uh-oh. Stop. 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 Stop.
About that.
Stop.
About that.
Stop. 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 The crows are bigger than that. Our crows are bigger.
Now, honey, is he a crow or raven? He's a crow.
It's a small crow. Our crows are much bigger than that. Our
How
crows
about that? That's better than being on the tree.
You're performing. Aren't you stage?
It's on camera.
Oh God, now we hear all of them.
He's putting on a show, isn't he?
There's another one behind us.
I think the thing that struck up.
Now, our crows are bigger than that. Our crows are about as big as the seagulls. He's a Florida crow. There he goes. He's put on his show now. Hawaii, the third is New York and City and vicinity. The fourth one is San Francisco, and the fifth one is Washington, D.C., and you are in it.
Montgomery County.
You are...
got it.
There with black head. We don't have that. I'm missing some good shots, I'm afraid, out here. Zoom in on it. There are 5 of them. God, diving all 5 at once. I hope you got it. Where the trees are and go down that way.
No. Yeah.
No, take a picture of that down there.
Oh, wait a minute. Where? Where?
We were talking about Mr. Kaufman Jr. Does he have the controlling interest in the stores still?
No, he was never involved. It's when he chose to donate the house and its furnishing and contents to a Western Pennsylvania conservancy. It takes all day before the wine even becomes lukewarm, and by that time you generally burn all the paint off the bottom. This room was the master bedroom, used by Edgar Kaufman Sr. and his wife Lillian. First, I want to point out the king-size bed to you, which you may not realize, but these were not used until later after the war in the 40s. So this was something very new at Fallenwater. All the Wright's design, we use very low ceilings. Now the beds are...
I wonder how they find
some kind of ventilating system here. Weird. That's nice. This is it with stucco and doing all that painting and everything.
And I want to point out the guest house to you. You come forward, the guest house swimming pool is 6 feet deep. It's gravity fed by Byron Reservoir. It comes right off. That's natural.
Replace all this glass?
I would replace all the glass in the home, but the glass will have an ultraviolet inhibitor in it, and what that will mean is it comes on a faded and comes down from west, north, south. So it's actually a southwest.
pictures.
That is,
You put the guest house at such a level that it looks.
Got the book you can read.
yeah, all right. Will they take pictures of shade? Oh, don't take my pictures. You've got so many pictures of me. Take the pictures of the flowers.
I am.
Take the pictures of the hotel.
I will.
That's interesting the way they did that. You see, they put the entrance to the top floors on this side.
On the other side, they've got the office entrances.
Oh! Right downtown. Do you remember that?
I think I do.
What? Yes, I got it. I'm starting up there first.
It's high banks or falling banks. The Allegheny River is named for an Indian tribe in the northern part of Pennsylvania and New York State. the Alleghe Indians. The Ohio River.
Fonts were big in the ironworks and also money loaning. This building that's under construction is the buyer's home. They were built big in wrought iron steel, iron, wrought iron, such as along the wall here, the fence. That was a 90-room mansion with 6 bathrooms. And across the intersection on the left hand, this was a 102-room mansion. It too is under construction now. The first building just at the front of the city, right behind where the fountain is now, would be a fine place to put a fort. So he and his small band of 65 men started a fort.
Was to be torn down, but
Betsy, I'm recording over those movies I took the other night. They just aren't worth looking at. Yeah, that's right. Ask me what it said. Go, man, go.
One thing, I'm not going to really say anything tonight because everything's set for tomorrow. But I just want to say that Bobby and Angela, a happy life to both of you.
And I'm Dane Bramage.
What was that?
I'm Dane Bramage.
And everyone here, happy you're here. And have a good time tomorrow. Okay?
There are a few of us that have flown a few miles to come see Angela and Bob tie the knot, have a good time, enjoy themselves, as we all will. Just want to wish them the best, and hope that the toughest days you may find in the future be brighter than the happiest days of your past.
I'll give it to you tomorrow at church. Don't worry about it. Everything's set.
Everything's set.
It fits and everything. I tried it on. It was big, but it's great. Fred's pants, no problem. They're a little long, but no.
Bobby? Bobby!
I tell you what,
Cheers,
here's the box. Enjoy. Have a
One
good
size
time.
fits all. Nothing to worry about.
It's not that bad. I just did that.
Oh, there we go. Oh, did it get unhooked?
Nope. Yeah, I just unhooked it.
There it is. See?
Oh, he was
That man that said that to me.
Big cheese.
It's a Sony.
It's a Sony. Don't knock it. You like to watch what I'm taking. Come on.
Sure.
Hey, go.
You guys can wear these tomorrow.
Can I?
Yeah, you can have one too. I know Lisa. No way. I'm waiting until tomorrow. Your toes?
Hey, 14. We're having a party. So,
They put them way up there.
one more announcement. We got 2 limos running tomorrow. Pick you up and take you to the church and back. One up 50.
Come on, dummy. Take the lens cap off. You would have said, Bob. Come on, dummy. Take the lens cap off.
I can't do
Now
that.
go play it.
I can't do that.
That's too bad.
God, you haven't played for how many years?
Oh, we have
Here she goes. She does pot of play. The old brain cell's still there, Beth. Come on. Come on, Beth. Don't quit. Don't quit on us. Don't quit on us.
Yeah, don't quit now.
Beth, come on.
No
Come
more.
on.
No, I'm not going to do it anymore. No. I go into minor keys and pentatonic scales, and I'm off the wall.
I don't even know what that means.
Come on, Beth. Play. Come on.
Iambic
Come on.
pentameter and...
Oh, well, yeah. Five digits.
Oh, I remember that.
Iambic.
I don't know what it means, but I remember the words. That's Martha.
this tariff for private.
And people rent out this whole area.
This car is currently running between Washington and Chicago on the Capital Limited. Hopefully, these will replace all of the Heritage fleet on long-distance Eastern trains. At night, and when this car isn't used very often in between meals, this closes up as a lounge car.
Absolutely fantastic.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah. Oven baked chicken half, seafood ketchup today, good old New York steak.
That's the only one. This is also you go in and go to the right and up the steps, you pass the car up the top of the
Well, I don't know. I think
when you go out to find equipment.
Boy, they really spruced it up. Boy, it was really getting raunchy.
Yeah, I don't like what they did. I don't like what they did to the concourse.
No, that you mean the lower concourse. Well, they.
Well, we'll try it anyway.
If I only had a what? Oh jeez, no pictures.
Oh wow, this is great. Are you sweating in here?
You know what he said? Can't have a cigarette.
We're going to give John the signal, and then you guys walk in and wave or whatever you want to do, but walk up to the front where your baskets are. Okay?
Wait, don't forget all the
Okay, but Carolyn and I are going to go in because we're going to, okay.
You two can just do the back standing there on this bit of something characteristic. My last stroke, my neck keeps falling down.
Say, Lion, do you have any Carol-y objectives for the next 5 years?
Oh, and make sure you get this, because we're normally not this close together. You realize this is Dave with his arm around me, Diane.
Got it. Okay.
We
I already got it.
And Noel's got it on tape.
we can't tell if Dave's smiling or not.
Or breathing.
Sure. Can you take that top piece off? It's my tail. Oh, it's my tail. Right.
Okay.
All right, good. Thanks.
Remember I said some folks are going to take some risks today? The mortarboard, the Cowardly Lion, will have the stars, and the Tin Man will... You don't need oiling, do you? For the symbol that goes with the character you picked, take it off, put it on your name tag so we'll know who you are the rest of the day. Okay? All right, go ahead.
Got a no weasel right
Sure.
Nobody else wants curry.
I'm the man.
Okay, while this is going on, the rest of you have a task. The task is this.
You know how hot it is to be close?
One grain allowed.
We had a lot of
I'm not sure this is going to work, but I'm going to ask you to do an individual task first, and I want you to make some notes for yourself. And I want you to answer these questions. If you need courage, what assertive step will you take in the year ahead
Brains around here.
to show courage?
Okay, some brains.
If you,
Anybody else need a brain?
for the Tin Man,
Okay.
what sensitivity will you show in the year ahead to show confidence in having a heart? And thirdly, if you are the straw person and you need a brain, jot down for yourself what you intend to do in terms of what learning will you pursue? How will you be smarter in the year ahead? Please do this as an individual activity. We will then allow you to talk amongst yourselves at your table. But again, it's really helpful if you're ready to. Okay? Let's take about 5 minutes for your individual reflections and then we'll get into the discussions. Meanwhile, okay, does everybody have it? How many took more than one? That's okay. I've often felt needier at times than others myself. First off, how about a big round of applause for our stars?
They're all great performers.
Indeed so. Now I know why people don't like to share stage with children or animals. It's hard to get the attention back. You can take your mask off if you want to breathe again. Does everybody know who the Tin Man is? Somebody with a brain come up here and help.
Very carefully.
And the reason is because I enjoy Earl Flynn so much, and I always wanted to be Earl Flynn. Okay, more housekeeping items.
Theme for next year.
Lunch is in the next two salons. I think it's E and F, I believe. It is very important that you be back in there after you've had your lunch at 1 o'clock so we can start the next portion of the program. They are due to service at noontime. So have your lunch. If you wish to go out, okay, but just make sure you come back in seated at 1 o'clock. We'll have our program till 2:15, then another break, and then we'll come back in here. Now, an item which is just as important as the first item I talked about, E.T. That is the raffle. So please purchase your raffle tickets. Okay, we stand adjourned for lunch.
So what can I do? Anything at all? Well, you should.
There's nothing to do.
You know where it is and you know how you want to do it, and do it.
Turn around and say hello.
Oh, Ed!
CB DeMille.
Did you get the birthday card, Charlie?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, we
Thank you.
did get
I thank Daddy,
the
but thank
video that you promised to send me the last time. Am I going to get this one?
So
Yes.
I'm waiting, Ed.
Honey.
Did you ever see the wedding pictures in Charleston?
No.
I can't remember when I was so tight. They didn't come out too good, but I hope you'll let me show them to you.
Every wedding.
Well, Ed, I think we ought to look.
I'm supposed to photograph him.
It'd be nice to go for a wedding where I...
That was one of the reasons the Dukakis got beat in 1978. The state was running out of money, so he wouldn't give the public employees pay raises, and that's why the police have always been against him. They have never forgiven him for that. They always support whoever runs against him for anything. Although it was interesting that the very...
Is that a brown suit? Brown suit?
Black with white and blue and maroon pinstripes.
That's kind of brown. You almost can't buy a brown suit anymore. I wonder what happened to the brown suit.
No.
I like brown suits. All you see is, well, you get some custom tailored probably. All I see is gray suits. Gray suits are too old looking for a young man. Blue and brown are good for a young fella.
Really? Think Callahan?
I don't know. Callahan's...
Talk. You never talk when I'm taking the movies.
All right, talk, Charlie.
You always say talk so much. Merry Christmas.
Hey.
1988.
Oh, thank you, Eddie. You added a date to it.
There, you don't have to edit it.
That barrel log is going up like a tinderbox, I want to tell you.
Which one?
Remember the one that didn't have any bark on it?
Yeah.
Somebody say, hello, Mrs. Hall. A floral arrangement was delivered to your door without a card. Boom, that's it. Don't even know the florist. This is why restaurants never sell sliced potatoes.
Eddie, go ahead and play on the
some kind of machine you can cut potatoes with. I've seen a French fry slicer.
I have one.
Does it work?
Yeah?
You have to use it twice?
Nope.
Yeah, I will. Bets, come look out the window here. Bets, come look out the window. Look at that, getting it.
Yeah.
Still don't see any animals. I thought this was a way through that other spot.
Oh, hey, you're models. Models. Models, just like women.
Pony, I'm telling you. You see, you think it's a wildlife refuge.
Don't hit him, Betsy.
Hungry. He's hungry.
All right, go on. I got him.
Sorry. Poor thing. I'm supposed to do that. He got his rump. Got a hand bitten off, too. Can you get him?
I got him. I
All
got
right, now
him.
get him when he walks right by. See, that's Ocean City Inlet, what you're looking at right there in the middle. Now, see, there are a whole bunch of birds up in there to your right, but see, you're not going to be able to see them because that's off track. See? Yeah.
earlier in the bombardment, an artillery shell from the north comes up and strikes one of the two cannons that's sitting up there. And he almost gets hurt from the shrapnel from that. Second, a Union cannonball buries itself at his feet. It doesn't explode. So he escapes death twice up on that hill. It's a little ways up there. It's not much up there to see except the two cannons sitting up on top there, but it gives you a view if you're to see further down at a place called Allison Hill, which is probably one of our last stops. But after they see the line where Jackson's men start at, right here.
Let's read that. We can read it.
December 13, 1862, as the Federal host and its thousands gathered on the Rappahannock Plain, Stonewall Jackson poised his divisions amidst these wooded hills.
Pull over a bit, Zeke.
Lane's North Carolina Brigade,
pull up a
over
bit.
at the edge of the wood field, faced Gibbon's Federal Division, advancing across the open fields.
Ho, ho, ho. Good.
From a reserve
that's good.
position
Go on,
here.
Dan. That's all right.
Hold your breath. From a reserve position here in the forest, Thomas's Georgia Brigade dashed to the aid of the hard-pressed Carolinians. The trenches along this park drive were improved after the fighting.
Gibbon against the Confederate troops, him and Meade's men.
Didn't he become prominent later fighting the Indians? Wasn't Gibbons
I don't know. He was a career Army officer, a West Point graduate, one of the few.
Swampy area. Or number two, he told Maxie Gregg, who was hard of hearing, and he just didn't hear him. Yeah. So he has his men sitting back here, and the rest of the Confederate line goes down Lane's brigade. Well, when the Union attacks, he's sitting back here with his men. They got their arms all stacked. They're sitting around. It's almost like the counterattack at Chancellorsville. His men's resting. They can't believe they hear these men coming through.
Is Marsh in front of this film?
Yes. I don't know if it's still there. At one time it was.
So he's playing with himself when these guys come.
Right. And he won't allow his troops to fire because he believes that
Union Virginia granted to erect the pyramid in 1903 for the Confederate Memorial Literary Society, which sought to memorialize the battle in a location visible to train travelers. 40% casualties, man, that's high.
That's 3,500. What is that? That's 12. It's about 1,400. That was part of Jackson's tactics behind like the quick to so you get a much shorter front. Meade comes back. Gibbons.
That's faded.
Confederate troops are red. They don't have any.
They're also known as Jackson's Division.
This is all.
With fuel. They said, hindsight, that a lot of people said he should have taken D.H. Hill over Buell. Buell had a great reputation based on the Valley campaign.
Popular with his men.
Popular with him. And D.H. Hill was always criticizing, bitching, complaining. He was a real terrible at times. But he would have been, based on what he did.
Union advance. That's what it costs me. That part of
Is available. these guys were interned here.
Maryland marker way down there. This is where the first engagement takes place in the Battle of Spotsylvania. This section right over here is called Laurel Hill.
Now, where are the Union and where are the Confederate?
The Union is back in here.
And they're attacking?
They're attacking out here, the line of entrenchments. But as they fill in, Burnside has already come around and swung into here, so instead of having the entrenchments here, Early is in command of Hill's men. Hill's out of action now with sickness.
D.H. Hill?
Yeah. No, A.P. Hill in Longstreet. He's sort of keeping them in rein. He wants to know everything that's going on. He's telling them where to
This is Anderson you're talking about, or Lee?
This is Lee's overall command.
Okay, so Lee's keeping a tight rein.
Right. Before he would give them orders and let them use their own discretion. This battle here starts May 7th. It goes from May 7th.
He was 15.
Over there, the reason that the Union troops are in that
wide open field and easily kept Mott at bay. Meanwhile, Federal attacks along the Brock Road front also failed. Where's the Brock Road? There it is.
It would be behind us, the area we just came from. About.
Emory up.
Permission to do that because it made him his idea. Hours. When he does realize it, like you say, they rush the artillery back in. They may get off. They may have got off maybe 2 rounds. You're talking about 30 guns right through the lines as Gordon's rallying his men. Well, he had one brigade, not a brigade, a regiment that he sends in. He doesn't really say anything because he sees what Gordon's going to do, lead his men to attack. But he faces his horse with the men, and Gordon runs up and grabs the reins on the horse, and he says it loud enough so it's. This is Warren, right here. And this is May 6th, 1864. He's riding down the road. He gets down near the end. Georgia troops in the woods. See these cavalrymen. No, this is the day of Jackson's attack. They still think that the South is retreating, even after the counterattack from both sides. They still think the South is retreating. They give you a little better right here.
now he goes out.
Right, here he is. Here he is.
Well, he was consistent, wasn't he?
Hazel Grove. Remember where we stopped? I told you they had the guns facing. We said they were the southern guns, but Hazel Grove is originally where he's at.
He moves down that open. Is that where that open chute is?
No, P. Hill's division. Anderson comes over. What'd you say? Wright's Brigade.
How do you know to get Anderson? They give us communication. And
He didn't. Lee is watching this. Of course, they slept the way, you know how Lee was. He wouldn't go to find shelter someplace else. He'd just sleep right with his men, right out under the trees, put a blanket up. That's all he slept with. This is where he did all the terms of shit, right?
This is the high water mark of the Confederacy right here. Talking about Gettysburg. This is the last stand. This is the last time the team is there.
Yeah. If that man had lived, there would have never been a second day. Nobody, I don't think, could ever convince me there would have been a second day at Gettysburg. There would have been another battle. I'm not saying there would have been another battle, and I'm not saying that the Confederacy would have won.
What do you think Jackson would have done at
And by the way, his corps was substantially smaller than Jackson's. Maybe it was, what, 60% of Jackson's corps? So it's up
here. They think Lee's going to confront him right here.
Lee gets real military. Comes right at him, does things, things. He's going to fight him.
Hooker even says the first day, on May 1st, before the...
This goddamn fence could be...
His arm buried here. I mean, and it was sacred for him.
I don't feel the same sense of reverence.
In this battle.
That many?
That's for the 3 days part of the battle. Okay, June 1st, June 2nd, and June 3rd, the skirmishes. Grant loses about 15,000 men for the 3 days.
And about, once again, about half that number in 15 minutes right here, right?
Right here.
8 minutes.
8 minutes?
That's what it said over at the shelter.
Yeah, one of the things.
I took the fire there. You could have another line firing. This is a little higher position. Firing, infiltrating. What were you saying about the trenches? I said the reason there's a couple of
Okay, so they were like...
They would be deep enough that you could stand up in.
No, you're right. You're right.
And you would only, when you stood up, probably this one took your body.
See the first, can I see the first one?
Without me knowing,
The first one
was it
really hit
gradual
it. All
or...
they see is other...
Meat.
They don't know what the hell.
Brave for you.
I got a book.
Well, there's no question. I think it helps to do both. You got to read the hell out of it. And how to tell. Dan, I've read the 7 Days through the eyes of Douglas South and Jackson. The couch was excellent as well. Kearney was a very independently wealthy, rich kid.
He was liked on both sides too.
Yeah, liked and respected. And filthy rich, upstate New York, fought in different countries around the world. He was a career soldier. He was shot in the ass.
They said he was the only soldier ever killed without a bullet hole found on him. Supposedly. Little drop. You see where the little drop's at the tree edge? His men mostly clung there. They attacked across that wheat field when they
Whose
hit
men?
Armistead's. Armistead's men would have started at the tree line further back. See the second tree line? Way in the back there. He isn't even here when the battle starts. He has already made up his mind that he's going to leave this area and establish a base down in Harrison Landing. He's hopeful that Lincoln will see how many men he's lost, and how the Confederates have these numbers of men that he's always talking about. He's going to go down there and reorganize and have more and more reinforcements shipped down. He already has right now about 110,000 men facing about 60,000 Confederate soldiers. And through this action, as I say, the 7-day action, Confederates lose about 20,000 men, the Union lose about 15,000 men. Even though...
Oh, now, come on, why did that shadow have to be there? What happened to the sun? Oh, this is the back.
There wasn't much out here.
Told you, Dan. I always looked when I was 35, 38, 40. When he was a brigadier, he was 28.
31 years old.
And Mom was
St. Crook.
St. Crook.
Yep.
He hated it.
Philip St. Crook.
St. George Crook, wasn't it?
Yep.
All I can say
He also had a staff officer named Captain McClellan. I don't know, but he's in relation.
In fact, he wrote a book on it.
Yeah.
I found out that my Scottish ancestors fought under the Stuarts at the Battle of
Did
yeah.
crypt down there.
I get to hit the end of the roll of film.
Oh, did you now?
Yeah. Well, I got another roll. That's one thing lucky about being to these battlefields a lot. I got so many pictures already that I can just concentrate on things that I've never seen. I bet you it's fantastic.
Got to make it up over the first trench, then you run into the obstacles.
Kinds of works in it.
It does that?
It's got a chair I can see. 1,000 guys burning, you know, what, a log a day? I mean, a tree a day?
What would they have mostly? Actors,
Engineers, you think?
What's that? You can get fire more than one bomb. You might fire one bomb at it. Men's inside the fort. Two of the regiments. Now behind these 300 men is about 12,000 Confederate soldiers coming up. Two of the regiments of 100 head down this way to another fort further down there. Another one heads up this way. As the men pour in here, they split up into two groups trying to hit the Union trenches as they go down. But what happens is, this is Lee's last offensive in the Civil War.
He's saying that he's trying to hear it.
See, that's the Union position. They had about 200 guns on the hill behind us, but we just passed by up there. Foot wide. And it's not shaped. It's not shaped in a square. It comes up a day and a half before the attack. Meade and Grant comes over and finds out that the division he has training is black troops. He says, "No way. We can't do that. It'll be like we're if they get slaughtered out front there, it's like we're sending them forward to be sacrificed." So he has to have a change of plans. But Grant orders him to go through with the mine attack, the crater attack. Okay. But what he tells him is, when you have to change your troops. So Burnside comes up with a novel idea of how to change the troops. He calls in all his division command.
Lieutenant Colonel Henry Pleasance and the man of the 48th Pennsylvania Infantry. It all began with a Union
wooden box.
Yeah. Why isn't the smoke a giveaway?
They can't
That's
see
down
it
below
here?
a little
No, they can see. Let me give you an idea. Right in front of you, that's where the Confederate pickets are at.
Okay, so they think it's probably a fire. The pickets are warming themselves.
They just stand right in the hole.
When the Confederate counterattack takes place, there's about 10,000 men.
How are we going to get out of these pits?
Well, it's not just...
he gets the City Point Board's esteem and goes to Washington. First thing he does, he meets with the Secretary of War, and they agree, and they stop all military procurement and conscription. To him, he's got a bigger picture to be concerned with. He's got to be concerned with.
Two lines, 3 deep.
That's about
on one side.
Yeah, that's on the Confederate.
And when the head of each division column comes opposite our group, regiment by regiment in succession, gives the soldier's salutation from the order arms.
Gorgeous. See, that's one of those things I suppose inherited from your father.
What's that?
The camera, the picture.
Taking movies. You know, no kidding. I'm serious on that.
Let me get out of the way. You got enough of me. But that's the bay, right? That's the bay. That's the bay right there. And see that land a long way away over there? Say 10 or 12. Anyway, that's the Eastern Shore. That's Kent Island.
Let's see, the Eastern Shore of Maryland. Which way? Wait, where's south? Look at the dog. Yeah, this end of it is. This is the.
Both are, but they're not twin spans.
Way over there.
You.
So they're having a sail ride.
That's right.
All right, next county executive.
Are you really going to run? Oh, come on. How you doing? Good to see you. You picked up a piece about what?
About the hospital. The hospital at...
You work hard all day. He's getting the snow down there. You work hard all day. Are they going to be on your regular thing? No, because they're not my
Good job.
She's too... Can you imagine her coming up to speak at Rolling Forest or one of those places up in
You know what it is she's too much.
Or the governor. No. It's a little hard on the ocean. They tend to sink. We saw that when he went through that other time.
Well, I'll say one thing, he's on time.
Yeah. Well, not quite.
Well, pretty good.
This is your taxpayer. Tax money work.
I think it's a tail.
I think
Okay.
supposed to wave or say something, Campbell.
So this is kind of the Taj Mahal and the Washington Monument and everything else all rolled into one. There's several people, though, that we'd like to give an extra special thanks to today. One is John Knight Parlett, who got us the money to start with. First, I should say Jim Simpson got us the first money to start with, back in 1975. And then John Knight browbeat has the delegates into adding money back into the capital budget, and here we are. On top of that, though, there were a number of people that worked with us through the whole project. Dave Herring with the Department of General Services is here today. He's a big help. But I really want to give special thanks to just a couple of people. One, Buddy Hinton, where are you? We want you to come up here. Buddy Hinton worked for Murray Reagan. He was the Hindle. Don't mind me. It's one of those days. Buddy Hindle. He was with Murray Reagan, and he was the building supervisor, superintendent, title. And without him, we would not have gotten where we are today. He had an eagle eye for every detail on the building, and he made life a pleasure to work with. So we have a special present for him. We happen to know that he's an avid fisherman. In fact, he even took off in the middle of our project and went fishing. So if you'll wait here just 1 second. Buddy, we hope you'll enjoy this. It's the best bass fishing rod we could get you. So. And I hope you enjoy this. Because without Brenda, I couldn't make it, I'll tell you. The work you've done on this building. And I'd like to have Charlotte come up now and say a few words.
More to me, I guess, than most people, because I did marry a graduate forester, so trees have been part of my life since I first met Charles. And I can assure you, Kitty,
Thank you very much, Comptroller. I appreciate the kind introduction. Let me just say I'm really delighted to be down in southern Maryland. Let me, you know, this always happens when I get up to speak. At the last event that we went to, they had the prettiest little baby that you can imagine. She was a beautiful child. Her mother was a lovely lady. And one of my people that traveled with me said, that lady over there with the baby wants to take a picture with you. I said, oh, jeez, no. She didn't know what I meant. So I went over and I looked at the baby. The baby started to cry. The mother was embarrassed. And I just said, that happens to me all the time. So just before we left, we tried again. And I said, gee, going to do the same thing? So the baby looked at me, started crying. And so when the microphone goes out, that doesn't even bother me. You know, just walk right up and talk to you without the microphone. But let me just let me briefly tell you some of the things that I've seen today and that I've seen in the last couple of years since I've had this position as governor. I had an opportunity when I was in the city to know the city of Baltimore and the Baltimore region, and over a period of years, knowing the importance of all areas working together, I started to travel around the state. I began to go out to Western Maryland, came down to Southern Maryland occasionally, went over the Eastern Shore many times, down to Ocean City, went over to Montgomery, and I had an opportunity to see what the state was all about. When I became governor, we have traveled in every section of the state, and wherever I go, I see progress, I see things happening, I see people coming into our state from other states, I see industry, business, I see growth, I see many problems. I see problems in areas like this where people are going to come into the area, where they're going to build houses, and that adds responsibilities to the members of the state legislature. We have a ceremony that we do. We count 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
everyone. Does everybody get the book? All right, here for 10.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cut.
Father Roby, we'll have the benediction.
It's a beautiful flag. I hope you can get along with Haven Freeman. That's the secret. Yeah. Yeah.
I can take you back to the foyer now.
Some of them should.
Yeah. Well, they took, they should.
Old piers are?
Yeah.
I think it was, I got in there somewhere. And out into the,
You better believe it.
you go back, you can.
Yeah, I want to. Now I'm going to walk back.
Yeah.
I just, I just above you. And they're going to come around now, I think. Yeah, I hear them coming now. There he goes. are, there you are.
This cat's name is Charlie.
All right.
Charlie, where do you belong?
Hey, that's super. Look at that.
Did you get that one?
Yeah, I got him.
Airline pilot trying to get in. Are these dive bombers?
Six of them?
There's 6 there.
Yeah, there was 6 before, I think. Let's see.
It's like some of the stuff I got by this phone. Real old.
Like what they know this.
Might be on their belts, barrels and iron bands.
No, you want change. Hi, all you folks interested in a flag program that
can probably see if you sit right there.
Videotape doing the show.
No, we're not. I know that. I know that. What did he say that to me? I knew that. Going to be worried about it.